This is Utah Tech Basketball and the John Judkins Coaches Show.
Hi there, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the John Judkins Coaches Show. Utah Tech Basketball, Rod Zundel here. Glad to have you aboard tonight, everybody. Joining us, of course, is the head coach of the Utah Tech Trailblazers, John Judkins, as usual. And for the first time this season, Trey Edmonds, sophomore center, hops on for the ride. Trey, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you aboard. All right, guys, you had two games last week, getting ready for that rivalry game, the final rivalry game of the regular season in Cedar City Friday night against Southern Utah. You got a win against them a week and a half ago. But let's go back and talk a little bit about the week that was Seattle on Wednesday, and then you had Tarleton home in the Burns Center. Chance to win both of those games. You played well for much of the entire game.
Well, you hit it around the head. We've been in every game, Rod. I mean, not saying 0-0 the ball's tossed. I'm talking about second half. We've been there. Chances to pull ahead or chances to keep our lead. It just seems like the Tarleton game, our last game, we wait till the very end again, like we did at their place, and then Seattle. Man, they came out on fire and just hit a lot of threes. We made some mistakes, but boy, they were shooting 30-footers that were going, and they shot the ball extremely well. And with that, and like at halftime, I said, guys, they're not gonna shoot this way the rest of the game. Keep trusting your defense. Keep trusting contesting shots. We'll be right there. And we came back and we tied it. I think we went ahead or not. I can't remember, but like you said, had chances. We went back and watched those 4-minute stretches, the last 4 minutes of the game, and we just didn't do a great job defensively. Out of the 10 possessions, they scored 8 out of the 10. And for you to win games at the end, you gotta get stops.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more about both games more specifically in just a minute. But Trey, with Utah Tech coming so close and being in every game, and it seems like, especially on the road, not being able to get over the hump, what does that do for the morale of the team? How is the morale of the team, knowing that you're close, you just haven't been able to finish it off at times?
It's frustrating at times, but I think more than anything, it builds character just to show that we know what it takes to get over that hump, and we know what it takes to get it done. So moving forward, we just know the small steps we need to take, which it's maybe not coming out as slow or, just approaching every game the same and knowing the importance of everything in order to get the dub at the end. So.
And as a coaching staff, a lot of great things are happening. A lot of good things are happening with this team, except for maybe a little stretch here or there. And that's the difference between winning and losing. So as a coach, how do you go about that? Do you have to just do the same things, and is it repetition so it doesn't happen again? How do you go about that to get over that hump?
I don't know, because it's not working for us. So we got to try something different. No, we kind of do a lot of the same things. I mean, everybody learns differently. So we show them film, number one. We love film because it never lies. Sometimes they think they're doing something, and then they go see it on film, like, oh, yeah, I can see what you were saying, Coach. So we show them that, and then we go out and work on that. Like today, we're going to work on more like some double teams, handling pressure, because we got hurt with that last week, and that's something we have to work on. But then we got to get ready for the next game. That's the hard part is you don't have a lot of time to fix that. But that's where the WAC is so good this year, Rod. Is boy, when you make mistakes or don't take advantage of their mistakes, it bites you. And every time we've made a mistake, they've hit some big shots or big plays, and that's how good this WAC team is. And so I look at the ones that, Utah Valley's done it, SU's done a great job with it. They figure out ways to win late in the games, and our luck, we just haven't had those opportunities, or we just haven't taken those opportunities and get stops when we need to, or get buckets when we need to. We get good looks. Our offense, going back and watching film, sometimes after a game you think you see it all, and you go back and watch it, and it wasn't maybe as bad as you thought it was, or, hey, our offense was better than we thought. We had good shots. We just missed. And then defensively, it's like, oh, we're so bad. Then you go back and look at it, and it was, hey, we were right there. It's just we were one step a little bit late, just a little bit slow on our rotations, but we contested the shot, and the kid makes it.
All right, this is the John Judkins Coaches Show. Utah Tech getting ready for the rivalry game this Friday in Cedar City against Southern Utah. 2 games last week. Let's show you what happened in the first game on Wednesday up in Seattle against the Redhawks. Again, you go into Gooden Cam Gooden goes right to work. 3-pointers were dropping all over the place that first 10 minutes.
Both teams were shooting it really well. We really went inside, attacked. That was kind of our game plan, and then we got some good penetration on drives or in the Tanner kickouts, and we shot the ball well. And they started shooting threes like crazy too. They were doing the same thing. They were driving, kicking, and hitting threes. But here's a post move Tanner. They double team him. Great job of spacing, kicking it out, wide open three for Cam, and that's our game. When we play together, there's Tanner shooting a three, which is something that we don't do a lot with. But he's open. We tell our guys, hey, if you're open, shoot it.
And then Leader gets his turn.
Yeah, and and Cell's been shooting better lately. There for a while, I don't know why he was hesitating. Like right there, he didn't hesitate at all. Caught it, was in rhythm, and nails the shot. And that's what he did all for us last year.
Cam came out. He had 3 triples, 12 points in the first half, and you went 6 for 8 from 3-point land in the first 10 minutes, but Seattle went 8 for 9 during that time. Combined 14 of 17 from beyond the arc to start this thing off.
Yeah, it was back and forth, and again, that's what he said at halftime was, "Hey, keep fighting because they're not going to shoot this way the whole game." Yeah. But again, the thing I liked about our offense was it was going inside and out, and our guys were getting shot ready. And I love how we're shooting the ball. We're shooting a lot better this year than we did from the 3-point line last year. There's a great pick and roll with Trey, great catch. Reverse layup, a tough play there, but he made a good roll, and Pope made a great pass to him.
And then Christensen gets inside, and this is what you like to see.
Yeah, it's just a good screen by Noah, or is that Pope? I couldn't see that screen, but good screen, gets low catch right where we want him to get a catch, and he's strong. Tanner's strong. He gets that low of a catch, that deep of a catch. He's going to score or get fouled.
Yeah, then Gooden finds Noah. After the steal, some great defense coming down the stretch of that
rotation
first half.
Was good. A good rotation right there. And then, again, great job penetrating the key, kicking it back out, making that great ball fake drive. And, again, there's another good kick out for a wide open three, and boom, we hit it. So those are things that we work on every day in practice.
Yeah, you fell behind by 9 in the second half, but then you came back, staying with a couple of threes, and then inside again.
Yeah, penetration again. Penetration was huge, and then we got stops like there. Right there. You got to get back in the game. You got to get stops first, and then you got to get some buckets. And I said Cam was feeling it that night too. He's really had a lot of energy and shooting. Cam's one too. If you hit, everybody's this way, but you hit your first 3, that basket becomes pretty big.
Yeah, then you take your first lead there in the second half, 58-56, Dan Sell, and hey, look at this, Trey.
Yeah,
Trey, what happened there?
Well, I've just been trying to get those kind of steals all year long. And that was one that I felt like I could get, and I was excited when I got it. I didn't want to risk it too much. The rims were pretty hard. I didn't want to one-handed or anything, so I played it safe and went up with finished with 2
hands.
Yeah, then Jacob hit a 3, and then Stain hit a 3. You were up 4 with 4 minutes left, Coach, and you just couldn't hang on. What we talked about, you couldn't get it done.
Well, again, I go back and watch film, but we didn't get stops. Their senior guard kind of took over the game. Is it Grisby? Grisby number 11.
Yeah, Grisby,
He kind of took over the game right there and started getting to the foul line and causing problems. And then we had some really good looks and missed them. And then we had some dumb turnovers that always hurt us. But again, you got to give them credit. They played really well there at the end. But out of those 10 possessions defensively, the last 4 minutes, we only stopped them twice.
Yeah.
And that's you can't win games like that.
You had 13 threes. They had 11. Things calmed down after that first 10 minutes, but you shot the ball well.
We have been shooting the ball well. That's one thing I think we really worked on this summer and in the fall of just spending time. And, we did a lot today shooting more of those the threes and kick outs. So I'm happy with that. It's just our defense. We put a lot of pressure on the ball, and sometimes we ball stare and they kick it out and we're not ready to rotate and they get open shots. But I love how hard we're playing, Rod. I mean, we're losing games, but we're not losing games because we're not trying. We're trying really hard, and guys are just making some big shots. I mean, after the game, the Tarleton coach tells me that's the best they've ever shot. And it's like, okay, well, why is that always against us? Why, teams shoot good against us? Are we doing something wrong? And then I go watch the SU game against them, and they don't shoot it well, and they're not guarded. They're not even contesting them, and they're missing them. And it's like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? It just seems like sometimes those nights happen, and we just got to keep pushing forward, like Trey said, and we'll figure it out.
And Trey, probably your best overall performance Wednesday night against Seattle, 5 points and 3 steals, and they're pretty impressive steals at crucial times in the second half too.
For sure. I just try to make sure, I can get any 50-50 balls. Our coach really stresses that a lot, and just make sure that every single play is valued the same so we can get the win at the end.
So what is it that you're trying to work on? You're a sophomore. You're still a youngster here. What is it you're trying to work on? Because as we'll talk about coming up in just a minute, you got your first start Saturday night against Tarleton. So what have you been trying to work on so you can demand more playing time?
Well, I know just watching Tanner and stuff, he's really, really patient, and I knew that was a part that I could add to my game and really work on. My touch around the basket and just my positioning, so I could be ready for rebounds and just put myself in the best position possible to get those boards, 50-50 balls.
Has anything gone differently, or is this about what you expect, or something surprised you in your short time that you've been here compared to what you've grown up around basketball?
Not really, not too much. I knew that defense was always going to be a big part of my game, a part that I needed to always put a lot of emphasis on. So just to make sure that I'm giving it my all and really putting forth all my effort on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and Coach, his play on Wednesday night in Seattle, you had to be enjoying what you were seeing, that he was getting some playing time and he was seeing some success through his hard work.
Yeah, even like last year, he came on really good for us last year at the end of the year, and he can really defend. He's got good speed with his feet. He's got great feet. Most big guys are normally slower. He can guard 1 through 5 really on the outside. He really can, and he's strong. He jumps well. We're just trying to teach him to do things that he could dominate. He's so much bigger than anybody.
Yeah.
I just want him to get down low on that block and post and rebound like he's talking about. I look at some of these guys we're playing, and they're averaging 10, 12 points, and they just rebound like crazy, and they post hard and they get catches, and that's what I'm trying to get him to do. His thing in high school, you got to realize that he was the biggest guy out there.
Yeah.
So they'd throw him a ball and he would just score, and now he's going against guys that are just as big or bigger.
Right.
He's got to have the patience, like he said. He's got to do his work ahead of time, where before he would just go post up and give him the ball and go. He's got to seal, he's got to wait his time and then duck in and seal. And then defensively, he's got to do a lot better job of just instead of playing behind, which he did in high school because he's so much bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
He's got to get around and be in that position. And if he does those things, he's really a really good defender. And we love him for that. And we tell him that all the time. Hey, your defense is the reason why you're going to get in. So rebound, defend, play hard. He always plays hard. I never have to get on Trey to play hard, and I love him for that part. He just loves the game, and he'll do everything he can to play.
And he's not afraid to mix it up. When we don't have the video of it, I wish we did now. But when they were on the fast break and going in for a dunk, and one of the Tarleton players Saturday night was flying in, and you said, no way. And I thought you got a clean block, but you did kind of smack him across the arm a little bit. But he wasn't going to let him score, and had to earn it.
Yeah.
So Trey, you kind of take that mentality, saying, "This is my rim, and you're not going to infringe upon that territory."
For sure. And we work on those kind of things in practice. It wasn't really, we don't really work on just, the one-hand swipes. We usually work on like the walling up kind of thing. But that was kind of my fault on that. I was a little out of position and my recovery was a little off. So I think that was the best.
He came from a long ways. It wasn't really his rotation. It's just somebody fell down. I think Pope went for a steal and missed it. And then everybody had to rotate, and he was a little bit late on that rotation. But I like how he said he stopped the layup, stopped the dunk.
That's your style of basketball back in your day, Coach. That nobody gets a freebie to the rim.
Easy. That was Jerry Sloan. That's how he coached, and it was like nobody gets easy baskets.
Yeah.
The team that gets the most easy baskets normally wins the game. And I wasn't mad at your foul. There was. We didn't talk about that. Hey, sometimes the fouls I get mad are when he plays behind, or, and the guy gets a catch where he shouldn't, or. The scouting report was, hey, we got to do this. And they were, not him, but just everybody, that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But, he's, like I said, he can be a really good defender. He can be a really good rebounder, and that's what we're trying to get him to do.
Okay, so Wednesday night, you had the Wednesday-Saturday schedule this past week. So Wednesday night, you come home. We got home mid-afternoon on Thursday. So did you guys practice Thursday?
No, we watched film on Thursday. We got home later than our practice time, so... is either bring them back late that night or just go do film, and we decided to go do film instead.
Yeah, so then you had basically one day to prepare for Tarleton, and you just played Tarleton a couple weeks ago in Stephenville, and you fell behind by 22 points on the road, but then you came back in the second half and held them to 24 points in Stephenville and had a chance to tie or take the lead with 25 seconds left, and a call that Pope stepped out of bounds, whether he did or not, doesn't matter, but you had your chance. Yeah. So a tale of two different halves there against the Tarleton Texans on the road, so I'm sure when they come back to your place, you wanted to have the second half team show up, right?
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we, Trey?
For sure.
Let's not just play 20 minutes this time. Let's be physical. Let's be aggressive. Let's get out and do that. And they played Thursday night against SUU. So, again, we thought we had that a little bit of advantage there of being tired and all that. And, boy, those guys play extremely hard.
Yeah.
I give them a lot of credit how hard they play. And, again, they just shot it. And they shot the ball so well, And then the second half, they kind of came back down to earth. And, but they shot – first half, they were 72% from the field, and it wasn't like we were giving them layups. They were shooting threes. They made 7 for, I think they were 6 for 7 from the three. The first 7 shots, they made 6 of them from three, and then I think they were 7 for 10 at the first half. And then second half, we were more aggressive. We got through stuff better, and we held them to shoot 30-something%. So got us back in the game.
All right, this is John Judkins, Coach's Show, Utah Tech basketball, getting ready for Southern Utah. But first, let's go back to Saturday night in Burns Arena. The Tarleton Texans come into town, and Noah Gonzalez, he was hot right off the bat.
Yeah, again, he was patient, got a wide-open shot right there, 3, just by sharing the ball. And then we did a good job of doing some pin downs for him. And his first 3 shots, he hit all 3s. Great one right here. We just one more pass, good penetration, kick out to Cam.
And it goes into Trey. Trey, you're getting your first start because Tanner Christensen not playing with a shoulder injury, and that's the move we're talking about, Coach.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good move for Trey. He caught it right on the block, caught it deep, made a good fake, went to the middle, a right hook, and drilled it. And the one he got fouled on was just like that. Great move. There's another one, good down screen right there by Denzel, and opens up a wide open 3 for Noah. The coach was going crazy on that. He knows Noah can shoot, and they did a good job. The Jacob hits one right there again. They were double teaming Cam. That was their game plan, was to double team Cam. And when Cam handled that like right there, he handles the pressure, kicks it out. We had really good success. But when we didn't handle their pressure and turn the ball over, it just led to layups for them.
Gonzalez hit 3 3-pointers in the first 8 minutes, then Pope decided to get in on the action. He had a 1-point lead. Things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, we were cruising along, playing pretty hard, and we do it again. We get turnovers, like I said, and they happen all in a row.
Yeah.
It's like 3 or 4 in a row we get. It just kill you. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have turnovers. I don't want my guys being scared of not making a mistake. We just can't have them all in a row.
Yeah. You trailed by 13 at the half. Second half, you needed a run. It took a while to get going. Denzel leader coming off the bench, and he was a big spark.
I thought he played really well. I thought it was probably one of the best games that he's played. He didn't play very good against them the last time, and it was nice to see him play like we know he can play.
And then Frank coming off the bench and hit back-to-back threes, and you cut that lead down to 11. Big part thanks to Frank.
Yeah, Frank's been giving a good spark off the bench. He's last couple of games he's played really well, and thought about putting him back in the starting lineup, but I really like how he comes off and gives us that big spark off the bench.
And here you go, Coach. You're down 7 in the final 2 minutes, and here comes another one of those patented Trailblazer push.
Yeah, but look how we're moving the ball, and we're hustling, and the ball's not stagnant. The ball's not stopped. It's moving, and moving. And then our defense picks up, and then we make our run.
Yep. That cut the lead to 5, and then Dancel, he'll have another 3-point attempt to cut the lead to, back down to 5 after they hit a couple of free throws.
Yeah. Again, just chipping away. It's a long game. It was a long game, and I still thought we had plenty of time to get back in it. We started to press a little bit more at the end, but we did some really good things going back and watching film. We just came up a little short. And
this right down the barrel 3 by Dancel, that cut the lead to 4, but he couldn't get any closer, and you lose by 4.
Yeah, just some things. Give them credit. They played hard, and we kept right on the board. How bad you want it. And, they got some loose balls. They got some things that hurt us, but not one of our best games. I don't think Cam played his best. Jacob didn't play one of his better games. Not having Tanner there hurt us. I thought Trey played well. I thought Sel played well. I think Noah was about what he always does, kind of the same stuff all the way. And so you just can't have those when you're missing a player like Tanner. Everybody's got to play better. Everybody's got to play harder.
Yeah.
And just one of those nights. But they, like I said, their coach came over and said, "Hey, that's the best we've ever shot the ball." So I don't know if that makes you feel better or not, but it doesn't. But it maybe he thinks it does, but it doesn't. And we'll go back and watch and film. We were right there, like Trey said, we were a little bit slow in our rotations, a little bit slow on our closeouts, and they made us pay for it.
And Trey, against Seattle, you had 5 points and 3 rebounds, or 3 steals. And then you came in and you get that jump shot. Things are looking pretty good in a rhythm, but then you got into foul trouble. Yeah. And so this was your first career start as a Trailblazer, filling in for Tanner. So just talk about, I know I was there at shoot-around when he told you were going to start and Tanner was going to play. What was your mind, your thought process, knowing that you had about 6 hours to get ready to start your first time ever?
I try not to really put too much pressure on myself in terms of that. I just knew that, I didn't really want to think about it as, I have to fill his shoes tonight. It was just more of do the best I can, know what I can do, and just give it all I really got, because it really works out most of the time when I do that.
Yeah, and it seemed like he was more comfortable in that position, Coach, because he came in, and you mentioned that jump hook right off the bat, that was probably the best move he's made all year, because he, instead of being a little impatient, he was patient and
he got
after it.
He got to catch low, and that's what we teach him. The deeper you can get the catch, the easier it is to score, and he did. He posted up, and again, do your work ahead of time, and that's what he did. But again, I try to tell our guys earlier in the day what's going to happen, but I told all the guys, the whole team, hey, everybody's got to be ready. We lost a player. Our rotations are going to be different. We're going to try playing different positions, and Jacob played some 5, Snowdy played some 4. Everybody's got to be ready. And again, I thought Trey had a good game. It's just that those first couple minutes, he got those 2 quick fouls, and we kind of wanted to save him at the end. And now if I had to do over again, I probably would have, thrown him back in and just go with him until he fouls out, because I think he was playing really well. And that's kind of going to be the plan this weekend, is just let him go and play. And I mean, we need him. We need his rebounding. We need his size. We need his defense. And that hurt us. Tarleton was a little quicker, driving and all that, but I think Trey could have kept up and guarded him.
And in 10 to 15 seconds, Tanner, day to day. Could play, could not play. It's just going to matter game time decision. So T-Birds have to prepare for both big men.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, our teams at this time of year, your guys are beat up pretty good. And so today was a little lighter day, and try to get the training room and get some treatment on them right away. But it's part of basketball, and hopefully we can get Tanner back quicker. But if not, Trey's ready. Yep, he's ready, and everybody else has to be ready, and we got confidence, and they will be.
All right, time to take a break now. We will look ahead to Friday night in Cedar City against the T-Birds. That's when the John Judkins Coaches Show returns.
The road to success is not the path you find, but the trail you blaze. Beginning at St. George State Academy, then Dixie State University, and finally, Utah Tech University, this historic institution has risen from the desert as one of the fastest growing, most affordable, safest, and rapidly evolving universities in the nation. Our Polytechnic mission creates hands-on learning opportunities from day one in all of our 200 programs. Through internships, experiential learning, and industry partnerships, I will graduate career ready. Although this journey was not always easy, I know that education is the single most powerful tool to change the world. Disappointments are inevitable and change is inescapable, but difficulties mastered are opportunities won. In Trailblazer Nation, you will not only discover who you are meant to become, but have the greatest time of your life. Go Utah Tech!
Discover,
explore,
engage,
aspire.
You are on a journey to discover what you enjoy, what you are good at, and what you hope to learn in college.
To help you explore and learn about not only yourself, but majors, experiences, and future career opportunities.
Engage with Career Services. This journey does not have to be stressful, confusing, or leave you feeling alone.
Career Services is available to help you aspire from college student to career professional at any level of your education and development.
The staff will answer your questions, provide resources, and offer encouragement every step of the way.
Career Services will help you with major exploration, career exploration, targeted internships, job searches, networking opportunities, events, and so much more.
You will see them in the classroom, around campus, and out in the community, working to help employers connect with our trailblazers.
Visit Career Services on the hall and 5th floor or drop into our career lab.
Follow Career Services on social media for all things career.
We hope to see you soon.
All right, before we get looking ahead to Utah Tech basketball in Cedar City on Friday against the Southern Utah T-Birds, let's take a look at the other sports going on around campus. Utah Tech women's basketball team, they moved to 7-5 in the WAC conference. They got a 33-point win at home against New Mexico State on Saturday afternoon. Freshman guard Amber Karchner led the way with 26 points, and she was named the WAC Player of the Week. Trailblazers host Stephen F. Austin and UTRGV this week. Utah Tech softball going 3-2 in their opening trip in Hawaii last week. Freshman leadoff hitter Tanya Wendell was named the tournament MVP. Freshman pitcher Sarin Garton went 2-0 and was named the most valuable pitcher. Trailblazers play another in-season tournament at the University of San Diego this week. Utah Tech's women's tennis team dropped a dual match at Idaho. They'll be heading to Las Vegas for another duel this weekend. Utah Tech's women's golf team hosting their first ever Division I tournament Monday and Tuesday at Green Spring Golf Course. And the Trailblazer baseball team will open up the season with a 4-game home series versus Portland Friday through Sunday at Brucehurst Field. For all the latest in Trailblazer athletics, got a lot going on, UtahTechTrailblazers.com. So, besides that, a lot of stuff going on, guys. We have this little rivalry renewal on Friday. You just beat Southern Utah at home about a week and a half ago, Saturday, and now you got to go to Cedar City this Friday night for a 7 o'clock matchup against your rival T-Birds. And you know they're going to want a little payback after losing here.
That happened last year. You know, we beat them here, and then they got us pretty good up there before Christmas. So we're going to bring that up. Again, that was one of our best games that we played this year of, guarding them and shooting the ball.
Yeah.
But what a great rival. I mean, the crowd was incredible. They brought a lot of students down, and hopefully we get a lot of people going up there on Friday. But look at that, fans, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. It was just fun to play in.
And, Trey, that atmosphere is the best atmosphere you guys have played in at home this year. You're going to get that same kind of atmosphere, though, but you're going to be on the wrong side of it Friday night. So just talk about the anticipation level going to a place like that when knowing that not a lot of people are going to be liking you in the stands. There are going to be a lot of them.
I don't think it phases our players one bit. I think we know what to expect coming in. We knew how it was last year, and we knew we didn't get the result we wanted. So we're hoping to just go out there and just do what we did last time we played them this season, and just go out there, follow the scouting report, do what we need to do.
How much fun is it, though, in this kind of atmosphere? And we're watching highlights from a week ago Saturday when you beat them here in the Burns. How much fun was that to be in that kind of atmosphere and to finish the job?
It was unbelievable. I was just surprised by how the turnout was. I remember last year it was a pretty good turnout, but to actually be in the game and just really just feel, the anticipation of the game and just really be there in that moment, it was a sight to see. It was really, really incredible.
So how much do you go back to here and say, let's do this again, and show these guys the highlights and do exactly that?
No, we do. We show them, and there's things we can do better. Defensively and offensively and so forth. They're going to have a different game plan. We're going to have a different game plan. There's things that worked for us. There's things that didn't work for us. So, you go back and watch it, but there's not a lot of things you're changing too much. That's just part of it. But, again, the crowd, that game, I think the crowd won the game for us because we weren't tired. We had the energy that we wanted. And they're good. They're the top of the league for a reason. I mean, They've won some really close games. They know how to win at the end of the game, and that's something that we haven't done well. And so we hope we come out and play like we did the first time we played them.
Trey, we got about 30 seconds. You're the Colorado kid. That's what I've been talking about. You're from Aurora, Colorado. Just give us a 20-second version of your life before Utah Tech.
For Utah Tech, I was born and raised in Aurora, Colorado. Mom and dad played basketball. Rose me up in basketball, and I've just been around it my entire life. Just always stayed around the game. Only sport I played, and I played football a little bit.
What position?
Tight end.
Of course.
But, just...
What do you like to do for fun, Trey? What are fun things you like to do?
You got 15 seconds to tell us.
What I like to do for fun, hang out with friends, really. I do a lot of meditating.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I find joy in doing that.
All right. We'll meditate a little extra for Friday night, right? That'll do it. John Judkins, Coach's Show. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Trey. Good to have you in here. And also thanks to our producer, Jake Palmer, and Sean Denovan for helping us out, and also media relations for Utah Tech, Steve Johnson. Trailblazers, Friday night, 7 o'clock, tip-off. You can hear the game on the Fan or the Fan app from Cedar City. That's it. See ya Friday.
This has been a production from a podcast studio.